everyone. Everyone had a good lunch? Yes. A very warm welcome. Now, if you're just milling about or standing in the back, we've got actually plenty of spaces. Don't be shy. Just grab a seat, put your tush down. Welcome to the main stage at Switch 2025. My name is Yasmin, and I'm delighted and very excited to be back as the host of SLINGSHOT, which is Asia's most exciting deep tech startup competition. Now, in just a few minutes, we're going to kickstart the first of 4 domain finals, which will happen on this very stage over today and tomorrow. And it's the battle of the best of the best. 60 global startups, our top 60 from thousands of applications, they're going to be battling it out for a spot in the top 12 grand finals. Before we begin, we want to say a big thank you to all our sponsors and partners for being such an important part of the SLINGSHOT journey. Their time, their expertise, and generosity have really shaped the SLINGSHOT experience. Whether it is hosting workshops or even participating in panel discussions, providing the fantastic prizes for our winners, or joining us as judges and mentors. Now, this year, we are proud to have over 200 international judges and mentors, along with 20 corporate and competition partners. Let's talk about the prize. Now, this year, as Switch celebrates 10 amazing years, we have upped the stakes. Over 2 million Singapore dollars in cash and grant prizes to be won, starter resources, mentor opportunities, and corporate deals to be won. It's really, really quite exciting. Now, one startup from the health and biomedical domain, which will happen this afternoon, will also walk away with a $10,000 cash prize courtesy of Halion. On top of that, each of our top 12 domain winners will each walk away with a $60,000 Startup SG grant and a 4-week intangible asset identification sprint from IPOS International, a wholly owned subsidiary of the Intellectual Property Office of Singapore. Now, on top of that, our top 3 winners will win even more prizes. Second runner-up, an additional $200,000 Startup SG grant, as well as 6 months of rent-free space at JTC Launchpad. Our first runner-up walks away with an additional $300,000 Startup SG grant, as well as 12-month rent-free space at JTC Launchpad. And our grand winner, I think that's the prize everybody's gunning for, an additional $400,000 Startup SG grant and 18-month rent-free space at JTC Launchpad. Now, in addition to all these prizes, our top 3 will also have their 4-week intangible asset identification sprint expanded to an 8-week intangible asset audit and strategy sprint from IPOS International. So from thousands of applicants, like I told you, our top 60 global startups have emerged. And they are here today, coming from all around the world. Now, they took part in a curated physical immersion program where they connected with ecosystem leaders, they gained valuable insights, and of course, received exclusive mentorship to refine their pitches and sharpen their business strategies. Let's take a look at their very inspiring journey so far. Exciting! We've got a couple more seats here in front, so please come and join us. Now, our very first of 4 domain finals, this is the Transformative Digital Technologies domain. Can I introduce to you our esteemed panel of judges? They're all sitting there. Very, very tough job today. We'd like to welcome Mrs. Alexandra Begstein, CEO of Kai Ventures. We have Mr. Alexei Navalokin, General Manager of Asia Pacific of AMD. With us, Mr. Jeremy Tan, co-founder and managing partner of Tin Men Capital. We have Ms. Jeannie Lim, Assistant Managing Director of Enterprise Singapore. with Mr. Zhou Zhang, partner of TNB Aura. Also with us, Dr. Deb Goswami, Head of Developer Ecosystems of Asia Pacific of NVIDIA. Mr. Joseph Ho, Senior Head of Investment of Cap Vista. With us, we've got Ms. Joyce Ng, General Partner of iGlobe Partners. Also with us, Mr. Koo Ting Lit, Head of ST Engineering Ventures. Mr. Liam Cope, CIO of Shell. Mr. Mok Xiao Hong, Center Director of Hatch. Mr. Tong Xian Hui, Executive Director of Investments of SG Innovate. And Mr. Traveen Gularjani, Founder and CIO of Plutus Partners. Hello, a very warm welcome, judges. Okay, rules of engagement. This sounds really easy, but it's not. They have only 3 minutes to pitch. At the end of 3 minutes, if they're going to continue, unfortunately, I'll come on stage and interject. And then we have 3 minutes with the judges in a Q&A. And after that, the judges have a very not enviable task of selecting the top 3 to push to the grand finals. Alrighty, guys. Can we give our finalists a big round of applause? They're waiting in the wings. I can imagine this is the first of the domain finals. You can do it. Give it your best. All right, let the pitching begin. All right, first up, let's welcome on stage Patrick Bohr from Exolotl. Hello, Patrick. Patrick, you look very serious. You gotta shake it off, you're the first. All right, Patrick. You've got 3 minutes. Are you ready?
Ever.
Your time starts now.
Thank you. We are Axolotl. We are the bridge between quantum potential and real-world impact. I'm sure you already heard about quantum. Quantum is the next revolution. It is inevitable. It has impact in the financial sectors, in drug discovery, in battery deployments, in energy manufacture, energy distribution. The potential of innovations are limitless. It will be the new normal. Everybody thinks that quantum is far away. It is not. Quantum is here now. There's a quantum area over there, and you should go talk to HSBC, for example, in the financial sector. HSBC has been using quantum computers to help them with the bond market in Europe. And they demonstrated an advantage of 34% improvement. It is massive in the financial sectors that is so competitive. On the more physics side of things, Google Research has also made some improvements very recently, as actually last week. They showed that they run a simulation 13,000 times faster than classical computers ever could. That is quite impressive already, but it is not the most impressive thing. They actually benchmark that simulation against classical simulation and against the real system they were simulating. And not only it was faster, but it was better. The simulation with quantum computers was closer to the real life system. Quantum computing is a global phenomenon. Most leading countries are putting a massive amount of effort into deploying quantum computing for their country, for their ecosystems. Quantum computing is at a tipping point where we have investment, hardware maturity, and demands finally matching up together. It is, in 2025, there has been more investment than the last 3 years combined. Meet Kronos Q. Kronos Q is the link between quantum and classical. It abstracts everything for you to use. It is what enabled classical computing to leverage the quantum power. It is the most modular system available right now. It is important as the domain is going to grow. You need to be able to deploy it at a large scale. It is also future-proof. In an ever-evolving technology like quantum, it is very important to be able to adjust to the new technology and the new improvements. None of that would have been possible without an amazing team. We have a world-class team. Combined, we have over 80 years of experience in physics, science, engineering, business management. It is very important. Quantum is here now. We have the technology, we have the money, we're good.
Unfortunately, I have to end there. Can we give him a big round of applause?
Thank you.
Okay, So, we now have some time with the judges. Patrick, are you ready? Okay, judges, do we have a first question for... Yes, we have from Mrs. Beckstein.
Thank you so much for this great presentation. So, quantum controllers, what's your defensible strategy if major system builders integrate similar functionality natively, and how is your IP structured? Do you own the full design and framework stack?
Yeah. So that's a great question. So our true value is not in the hardware, it's in the architecture powering it. That's what makes it future-proof and scalable. And yes, we have the full IP on that. We're already filing patents on that, and it is protected. So even if people can approach it, they will not be able to rivalize with it. We will always be better by the architecture itself.
I think we have a follow-on question from Mrs. Beckstein.
May I ask another question? How do you see success for you in 5 years? Will you be like the Intel Inside? Will you be a control stack standard? Or would you be a vertically integrated platform?
Yeah. The goal is to spread quantum to the masses. We're going to take an ARM-like approach. We're going to license our solutions, our architecture, which is where we have the most advantage to the people. The power of quantum comes in integration. This is already very well integrated into data centers. But if you know anything about data centers, you will know that they do even further integration. They have their own custom solutions. So that's where we lie. We're going to license a solution to them so they can directly integrate at the low level in the data centers with quantum, so they can abstract the quantum part of the quantum computing.
I think we have a question from Alexia of AMD.
My question on go-to-market plan. How would you scale that? It's unique products and unique potential. Where do you see the scale from there?
So our go-to-market is a beachhead approach. So we have this product. It is commercially compatible. It is the cheapest and the better option available as of today. And the scalability is straight up more units. And as the markets grow, we'll be able to go and drop the price even further. So that's where we go. So we have a system which is valuable, and then we're also going to license that architecture to deploy the bigger ecosystem.
We've got about a minute 30 left. Judges, do we have another question? We've got a question from Sin Hui from SG Innovate, please.
Hi, Patrick. Just a question. Is your system compatible with any kind of quantum hardware configuration?
It's a great question. I stayed away from too much quantum complexity, but no. The architecture is capable of any quantum modality. This system is only compatible with superconducting qubits, which is the leading technology right now. IBM, Google are using superconducting qubits.
We've got about a minute left, time only for a really quick question, judges. Do we have a final question for Patrick? I'm looking around. I think the judges are pretty good. Okay, we've got a question from Jeremy of Tin Man Capital, please.
Hi, Patrick. It's not clear to me what's your traction right now. Could you give us a sense?
Yeah, so traction is good. The market is growing very fast and is very active. We have a lot of partnership that is ongoing as we speak right now. They're not being publicized, but we have a lot of partnership to integrate with that higher level. So we sit at the middle of the stack, so we're integrating with the higher level software and making sure everything works as it should be with the lower level qubits.
Yeah, can you put that in numbers, just rough numbers?
Number of potential sales or?
Okay, currently, do you have any revenue?
No, we don't have any revenue right now, no.
I think that's all the time we have. Thank you very much, judges. Once again, Patrick Bohr from Exolotl. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, let's bring our second startup. Please welcome Graham Speak of Bank Vault Master Key. Wow, Graham, you've got your whole fan club here. All right, Graham, you got 3 minutes. Are you ready?
Ready.
Your time starts now.
So my name's Graham Speak. I'm the CEO founder of Bank Vault. We're a cybersecurity innovation team developing intelligent new approaches to web security. We've got 14 patents granted worldwide, and Turing laureate Whitfield Diffie, the father of internet encryption, is one of our shareholders. His algorithm transacts around $4 to $6 trillion a day. So we all know passwords are broken, and they're easy or hard to remember. They're easy to get stolen, and they're the weakest link in security. If you're using a password manager, when you load your encrypted password into a web form, it's no longer encrypted, it's clear text, and you're exposing it straight away to malware. And two-factor authentication can be simply defeated with a little social engineering. So the solution to this was passwordless authentication. In 2021, this was the hottest segment in cybersecurity history. $45 billion total addressable market, where 30% compound annual growth rate, and the prediction was 50% of the internet would have adopted this within 3 years. And it didn't happen. In fact, the adoption's been slower than a glacier. It's hampered by complex, risky integrations which potentially take a business offline. If you've got a consumer base, you've got to go through change management, which is expensive. And if it's a business to consumer, you're already losing 50 to 90% of registrations. And if you force users to download and install anything, adoption collapses. So the solution to this is MasterKey. MasterKey is invisible, passwordless MFA. Invisible to users because there is no software or setup. Passwordless seamless access increases engagement. And this is multi-factor authentication in one step, not two. So it looks like this. But on my screen here, a simple demo, there's a website, I'll simply refresh, it recognises me instantly, I'll tap, it authenticates and logs in. There is no app. That was 2 factors of authentication in one step with no software or setup. So this is deep tech. This can scale to billions of users. And our addressable market is large SaaS platforms where each of these has millions to hundreds of millions of users. Our competitors, for example, Odoo ERP, 150,000 businesses can deploy this within 3 minutes. Moodle, learning management system with 500 million users. WordPress, WooCommerce. Our competitors can't do this because they require every user to download, install, and configure software. We don't. So this applies to literally every web portal on the planet. Instant deployment needs an immediate return on investment. And we position this as a silent growth engine. And that is how passwordless finally scales to 45 billion.
Thank you very much, Graham. We've got 4 minutes now with the judges. Ready? Timer begin. Judges, who would like to go first? 4 minutes with Graham. We've got one from Trevine from Plutus Partners. Yes.
Hi, thank you for the great presentation. I'm glad that you had your team behind you. It's not easy. So my first question is, how is your moat differentiated and how defensible it is against adversaries and large-scale players?
So we have 7 patent families around this. They're being granted right now. It's technically quite tricky to do, but we've made the decision to make transparency. So we've published it in the patent. Anybody can read how it works. Just because you understand how it works doesn't mean you can reverse engineer it easily and decipher it. What we've created is a protocol. It's quite intelligent. We're generating 3 security secrets behind the scenes. These never come together. And yeah, it's rock solid technology. So I'm not sure if I've answered your question.
You have.
Okay,
Thank
great.
you. I have a follow-up question. What is your go-to-market strategy and what evidence of traction do you have in this space?
Our go-to-market is these large SaaS platforms. We can penetrate a new SaaS platform within 4 weeks. Any one of those customers in that platform, for example, Salesforce, any one of those customers will be able to deploy this within 3 minutes. Our competitors typically take months or years to do the same thing. It's a huge difference. That's the moat.
And what's the traction you have currently?
So we're still fairly early stage. We're still doing seed. We're ready to do a super seed right now. So we have customers. Largest customers paying us about $90,000 at the moment a year. But this should go up rapidly. We should actually streak past our competitors in terms of adoption because they can't do this. This is why you've seen passwordless moving as slow as the glacier.
We've got about 2 minutes left. We've
Thank
got a
you.
question from Liam from Shell.
Hi, Graham. Thanks very much for the presentation. How much have you done so far to test the product under sort of high traffic conditions?
So this will scale to billions of users. The load on the system is insignificant. You can have 32,000 phones connecting at the same time, and they're gone within milliseconds. A high availability cluster of this around the world will scale to billions. So performance is not a bottleneck. The work is being done by the user's mobile phone.
We've got Jeremy of Tinman Capital, please.
Hi. Just on the go-to-market, a lot of these players rather stick with the current status. So what do you say to them to get them convinced to adopt your solution?
So if you look at this, there is no technology risk because there is no single point of failure. The users can always log in without us. There is no security risk. This is the user's normal input captured and now controlled by the organization's web server in collaboration with a mobile phone and perhaps their biometrics. So there is no technology risk and no security risk. And we eliminate the business risk because it's free. We want you addicted first. And then you'll start paying for service level guarantees.
We've got about 30 seconds left, time for a really quick one. Joyce from Globe Partners.
Hi, thank you very much for the presentation. Can you kind of share with us a little bit more about your management team, please?
Oh, the management team, I'm based out of Silicon Valley. So my senior executives are Silicon Valley based, Silicon Valley, New York. We're actually an Australian company based out of Perth. And honestly, I'm very interested in what I've seen about Singapore here. We're ready to do something here next Monday. So solid team, as I said, Whitfield Jiffy, my chairman, senior executive in Silicon Valley, Ben Lyon.
Unfortunately, that's all the time we have. Thank you, judges. Once again, Graham Speak of Bank Vault Master Key. Thank you. All right, next up, please welcome on stage Dr. Alok Mehta from Brelion. Did I get that right? Brelion. Good afternoon, Dr. Mehta.
Afternoon.
Any coffee?
Yep.
All right, ready to go?
Yep, ready to go.
Your 3 minutes starts now.
All right. Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing today? I'm Alok Mehta, and today I'm talking to you about Brelion. It's a company now that's created an entirely new category of display technology, and what we refer to as pioneering a frictionless immersive display, or what we affectionately like to call practical immersion. The visual display market that we're targeting is a $40 billion market. Roughly speaking, the areas we're targeting are enterprise, where multi-monitor systems are complex, they're messy, mobile platforms, which are inherently space and resource restrictive, so limited vision in that tight space, and immersive visualization, where headsets are uncomfortable and they're isolating. So our technology, Ultra Reality, is like looking through a window. When the user looks into our display, they get access to an IMAX-like experience that all fits into the form factor that fits on your desk. So Ultra Reality, no headsets are required, no glasses are required, there's no projectors, and uniquely, there's no user fatigue from an ocular perspective. This is supported by two core inventions that we brought to the table. The first is depth modulation. We're the pioneers of using cavity optics to provide 2.5 meters of true optical depth. The second main invention that we're bringing to the table is what we refer to as light field expansion. And this is basically shaping those pixels in 3 dimensions to basically maximize eye comfort. The result of both of these inventions is now a display is no longer a picture frame that you look at, but more of a window that you look through, giving you unparalleled depth and comfort, all at full resolution. So the operator or the user here sits in front of our display very comfortably, and they get access from a 30-inch physical display up to a 122-inch virtual display with 110 degrees field of view. We have 7 layers of moat that we like to call from an IP perspective, with 60 patents filed and 30 granted, covering all the way from design to manufacturing to integration. So how does this work? Our partners at NVIDIA help us compute the image. Our partners at LG turn those signals into photons, and we provide another layer of optical processing on top of that to reprogram those photons and take that image to provide a new enhanced value. We have 3 tracks to tap into this $43 billion market. The first is our standalone products. This is where immersion is required, but headsets typically fail. The second is for integration solutions, so immersion in very tight spaces. And the third kind of technology that we're rolling out is a software ecosystem. And this is really to give you access to immersion beyond just our hardware. We are post-revenue. We've raised $4 million to date, and we're currently executing on a $100 million pipeline.
Unfortunately, Dr. Mehta, that's all the time we have.
problem.
Your 3 minutes is up,
No
but we
problem.
do have 4 minutes with the judges.
All right.
All right, let's go to the judges. First question from Xian Hui of SG Innovate. Yes, please.
Hey, Alok, thanks. It's a great presentation and good to see how much you have progressed since the last time we met.
Yes.
A question probably, to educate myself as well. Given the new dimensions at which you are projecting images, if I'm going to capture content, do I need to use a special kind of camera, or is this done digitally before I can render it for your systems?
That's a great question. So we're really focused on, as I mentioned, practical immersion. So all of our displays are fully modular, i.e. fully backward compatible. So standard HDMI DisplayPort connectivity, and just use it as an external monitor. So there's no need to generate any new content. Think of it as an external monitor to take your visualization capability to the next level.
We have a next question from Teng Lip of ST Engineering Ventures.
Hi, Dr. Mehta. I just want to check in with you. With a $100 million pipeline, what are your plans for manufacturing ramp-up as well as distribution?
Great question. So about 3 years ago, we started our own factory in Taiwan. So I'm happy to report last month we became fully ISO 9001 certified. So we're able to basically now sell and distribute our technology around the world. We've basically been able to expand in the global markets by tapping into relationships with resellers and distributors around the world. So we do direct sales from our factory through our distributor network, but also from the automotive use case, we also have licensing opportunities that we're currently in the contractual and negotiation phases.
We've got about 2 minutes left. Joseph of Cap Vista, question.
Hi, thanks for the presentation. You have an extensive number of patents. Could you help us understand where the weight of the IP is? And in doing so, what are some of the trade-offs in your growth journey in terms of technical, design, power resolution to achieve your product?
Yeah, it's a great question. So because we're deep technical roots, we really had our IP from the day one, looking at fundamental light matter interaction. Is there a way to actually leverage pre-existing optical films and processing technologies to enhance current display technologies? But then to create these optical systems, we also now have IP that covers to the component level, to the process level, as well as taking that overall system architecture from a user interface perspective. So as I mentioned, it covers all the way from the preliminary design phase to manufacturing, to also the subtleties of what it takes to integrate this technology into pre-existing solutions.
We've got about 1:30 left. A question from Trevine of Plutus Partners.
What are your cost levers and any supply chain risks that you have identified?
It's a great question. So we haven't spent a lot of time on supply chain resiliency. So for instance, Corning Glass is one of our investors and partners for our glass components, but we have 2 other kind of component providers that can provide us that same capacity as backup plans. From a display seed panel perspective, we're agnostic to the display. So that's a big enabler for us. So we can use any kind of display that's in the marketplace and essentially wrap our optical system around it. So we're very versatile from that perspective. We haven't had any issues in terms of backup plan activation, even during the COVID area, which was a real test for how we were going into these manufacturing growth expeditions. So things are going quite well from that perspective.
30 seconds left on the clock, only a quick one. Dr. Deb of NVIDIA. Really quick one.
Thanks so much. I love the presentation. 2 small questions.
Sure.
How small and how big can the displays get?
Great question.
And the second part of the question is your software layer. How much modification or what degree of complexity do adopters of your software layer need in order to really enhance the technology? The depth that your displays can garner, how do you enable that? Wow.
Got it. So from the second question first, basically what we do from a visual intelligence perspective is slightly different. So we are very decoupled from the application or the API layer. What we basically do is we have a HDMI tap, an inline tap before it goes to our display. And we call it visual engine because all we need to do is process what's on your screen and we understand what's on your screen.
To interrupt. This has gone over
Sure,
time already.
sure.
Thank you very much.
No
Thank you,
problems.
judges.
Thank you.
Once again, Dr. Mehta of Brillion. Thank you. 4 minutes goes really fast. Next up, please welcome on stage for Kobe. We've got Roshan Waria. Hello, Kobe.
Hi.
How are you doing today?
Good, how are you?
Good, I'm good. Ready? Deep breath.
All right, yeah.
3 minutes starts now.
All right, thank you everyone. We are building AI agents with what we call probabilistic learning. So I think, based on the keynote that was presented here a little bit earlier today, I think everyone recognizes how big of a market opportunity agentic AI is going to be. But today's models, which are largely built around kind of transformer architectures and reinforcement learning, while they've provided us with great products like chatbots and image generation tools, they really aren't going to get us to the next phase of AI, which is going to be kind of independent software agents as well as independent robotics that we need for the next phase or next industrial revolution. And there's two key reasons for that, right? So models today, they kind of lack the ability to be able to continually learn from their environment, and they also lack the ability to be able to adapt to situations that they haven't seen during training. And these are kind of features that we want. If you've ever used a model today to try and book a flight, you just recognize how difficult it is to have that model learn your preferences and make decisions independently with those constraints. And so we see kind of the solution to this problem as being what we call probabilistic learning. Instead of a radically new model architecture, what we are doing is simply building upon the successes that scaling has brought deep learning by introducing a new algorithm to run on top of the current models today. And scaling those up kind of gives us this new reasoning performance by essentially generating multiple answers to a question and finding ways to combine them in intelligent ways to get better reasoning performance. And that can be seen with our first product, which is an infrastructure platform that we call Metropolis. So with Metropolis, companies no longer have to spend tons of time and money curating custom data sets or having reinforcement learning engineering hours and teams to fine-tune models to get the most out of them. Instead, they can essentially run a probabilistic learning layer on our GPU-accelerated platform that gives them better reasoning performance across a wide variety of domains compared to even reinforcement learned fine-tuned models. And so this works on math, science, reasoning, as well as non-technical domains like creative writing. And so we feel like probabilistic learning and inference, which is what Metropolis provides, is just phase one for what we can accomplish. We've started now training models with probabilistic learning, and we're starting to see early results that suggest that they have lower hallucinations and are capable of actually ingesting and incorporating information after they're done training so that they can learn in the real world from their environment, which is oftentimes very noisy and uncertain. And so we're actually a very early company compared to maybe a lot of the other competitors here. We are a small but strong team of chip designers, algorithms research, and probabilistic computing, deep tech kind of startup area, as well as we've brought on Professor Yilun Du, who's a professor at Harvard, also one of the early employees at OpenAI, has done foundational research at Meta and DeepMind as well. We are currently raising our seed round and looking for strong AI partners.
I'm here.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Roshan of Kobe. Okay, we have 4 minutes now with the judges. The clock has started. Judges, do we have a question? We have a question from Joe of TNB Aura.
Hi, Roshan. Thanks for the great presentation. First question is that in the material, you guys have existing patents, right? I just want to understand what is the ownership of the patent? And then second question following that, how much value do you foresee in the next 2 to 3 years will be contributed from the existing patents? And also, how much value will be contributed from the ongoing product development and R&D?
Yeah, so right now we actually have collaborated with Yilun Du to develop these algorithms as trade secrets. They're currently not patented. I think a lot of the model companies out there, some of them are open sourcing some models. We don't plan currently to do that with our algorithm. In terms of what we see ourselves doing in a few years and the value that we create, there's an aspect where we kind of provide these models to people as APIs for services that they want to incorporate into. But there's also another aspect where we kind of have some custom GPU layer that we can apply on our hardware, whether that's NVIDIA or AMD GPUs, that kind of accelerates probabilistic learning algorithms that other people may want to apply on their models. So by creating a platform where other people can come and train their models as well as servicing models to companies that might want to use it, we kind of see this as being a very big market. Yeah.
We've got 2 minutes and a half. We've got Alexi of AMD.
First of all, thank you so much. Really great overview and quite insightful. My question is about who are your customers? You haven't touched about the customers a bit, and that's my concerning part because the market potential is big, but who you're addressing first?
Yeah. So I think in the short term, who we see as our main customers are companies whose AI adoption has been largely limited because they want to incorporate either their custom company data or they want to fine-tune a model, but they don't have access to the engineering talent or the kind of complexity that comes with that. So we kind of come in and they can either give us a model of their choice or we can bring a model to them and run our layer on top of it that gives them the performance, lower hallucinations, better intelligence, reasoning capabilities without any of the engineering complexity that they want to, they have to deal with. What we kind of see as the long-term vision is we believe that probabilistic learning is going to crack these really big problems for continual learning and uncertainty quantification. And the big area that we see for that is robotics. So essentially supplying these models as being the brain for Figure AI or any of these other large robotics companies, humanoid robots or other kinds, that's what we kind of see as our main customers, yeah.
We've got about a minute left. A
Sure.
question now from Joyce of iGlow Partners.
Thank you very much. Hi, I just wanted to lead into the questions. Can I ask about your revenue model, given that the go-to-market are those areas that you have mentioned, please? Thank you.
Yeah, so right now we're pre-revenue. In terms of kind of the approach that we have to generating money from this idea, one kind of thing we are looking at right now is essentially servicing the model as an API. So a lot of coding agent companies and things like that, they're generating money by basically API calls of this model. So what we're planning on doing is essentially kind of providing this model as one that can be kind of instantiated into a company's workflow wherever there is an enterprise LLM that's being used, but we provide better intelligence and lower hallucinations, and we kind of generate revenue through that way, yeah.
And this is a very quick question. We've got 20 seconds left, like a really quick one. Yes, Jeremy of Tinman Capital, really quick one.
Hi, Roshan. Thanks. Trying to put the perspective, the improvement you are on one of the slides here, right? Plus 6%, plus 11 and 60. What it doesn't give me the context is that, does it get them to a point where it's accurate enough that people will use it because it does have a business case there?
Yeah, so I think there are, in coding, there's a clear wedge there where people now want to use always the best model, even if it's a few percent better. I guess the kind of point of that slide is really to show that in the other case where you have lower intelligence, you have to do all of this manual training that we don't actually have to do to get that intelligence. So that's kind of the wedge that we see with this technique, yeah.
Unfortunately, that's all the time we have. Thank you, judges. Thank you.
Thank you.
Roshan of Kobe. And presenting now, startup number 5. Please welcome Dean Plebin of DAGS Hub. Hello, Dean.
Hi.
All right.
Happy to be here.
Are you ready to go?
Sure.
Your 3 minutes starts now.
Perfect. So, hi everyone. I'm Dean. I'm the co-founder and CEO of DAGS Hub, a Tel Aviv-based startup. $315 billion. That's how much the world is spending on AI development this year alone. But the ROI for most of this money is somewhere between 25 and 15%. So you could say that AI is not living up to its potential just yet. You might be asking yourself, why? And what we see is that there are 3 key reasons. Usually it's bad or missing data, missing MLOps integrations, or security and compliance considerations that slow development to a halt. We have, DAGS Hub has proven that we can address all these pain points with a single source of truth. This is already used by over 60,000 AI developers from all over the world, including top organizations like NVIDIA, Google, and Pfizer. When we designed DAGS Hub as ML professionals ourselves, we asked ourselves 4 main questions. What if we take all of the components that ML and AI teams need in order to create the best data sets and build the best models, and put them under one roof with an emphasis on multimodal, unstructured, and LLM data sets? Then, what if we do all of this based on open source tools and formats so that we meet our customers where they're already comfortable, we're not reinventing the wheel, and we're always adapting to the latest technologies? Then, what if we add a layer of versioning and reproducibility for each experiment with an easy ability to share data sets and models? And finally, since data is the organization's most sensitive asset, how can this run in any environment and comply with the organization's most strict security standards? With that, ML professionals have everything they need in one place, from curating data sets, tracking experiments, managing models, and then reproducing the results, creating a flywheel for improving data quality and model performance. We're already working with leading organizations, including the Israeli government and HTX here in Singapore. For these organizations, DAGSUB has helped shorten their time from POC to production, accelerated data annotation, and freed up more time to experiment by reducing the time spent preparing data sets. We are very excited to expand into Singapore and Asia. Thank you very much for the opportunity to be here today.
Thank you very much, Dean. Wow, you've got plenty of time left. If only we could channel that to the Q&A. But we've got 4 minutes on the clock. We're going to reset the timer. Here we go. Judges, we've got a question from Alexi of AMD.
First of all, thank you so much. Really insightful and quite interesting to learn what you're building.
Thank you.
My question is on the cost. When the big data sets loading, how the cost will evolve? Will that be more expensive to use your solution or not?
You're asking from the revenue perspective.
From the revenue perspective.
Yeah, so the way we price the platform right now is based on 3 main dimensions. 1 is the environments that we install in, 2 is the number of users, and 3 is the amount of data. So right now, scaling data will cost more money. Of course, we have discounts for bulk volumes and things like that, but yeah.
We've got a question now from Joseph of
Just to
Cat
follow
Vista.
up on that, so that will be the implication of the scalability, because some of the customers, they have a bigger data sets. For them to use your solution will be more costly for them.
Sure. To maybe clarify on this point, it's not that necessarily our costs increase with the size of data. So we're willing to work with customers and find a solution, pricing solution that works for them. But basically, we're pricing the platform based on the value, and we see that there's more value created for the customer as their data scales up. So yes.
Thank you.
Good question now from Joseph of Cat Vista.
Yeah, thank you, Dean. It's great to see what you're doing for the developer community.
Thank you.
What I wanted to understand is, you have got your traditional ML tools, MLflow, DVC. How do you ensure interoperability and integration with such tools as well?
Yeah, perfect question. So in a sense, exactly this is the secret sauce of DAGSUB. The idea is that if you're not using DAGSUB, you're probably using a set of these tools that are sort of disparate, and there's a lot of context that falls through the gaps. So what we see as our secret sauce is what we're bringing to the table is actually this product thinking of how do we connect this into a platform that feels seamless, like there's a unified development flow. And this is sort of a result of our experience building ML models ourselves and also talking with industry partners on how they use these tools separately before and what they were missing to build this cohesive development experience.
We've got about a minute 45. Take a look of ST Engineering Ventures.
Yeah, hi. I just want to ask, how much customization is needed for each customer? And are you going to do the implementation yourself? If not, what is your channel strategy?
Yeah, so the installation of DAGSUB, we're sort of proud of this, right, is if we sign an agreement to work together, then in 2 days you will have DAGSUB running in your infrastructure and you can start using it. And so the base level basically does not require customization. We support a very broad base of data types and use cases. So you can go anything from LLM development with prompt engineering through training more classical models in supervised learning. And then we do work with some of our customers to customize the data processing capabilities of the platform so that when you're ingesting additional data, you can get metadata that's relevant for your company. That is more case by case based, but it's not necessary in order to start using the platform.
We've got under a minute left. Liam from Shell, a question.
Yeah,
Hi.
thank you. If you were working with a large enterprise that was, say, fully invested already with Microsoft Databricks, where would you see your differentiator in that ecosystem?
So I actually have a slide for this. We'll skip a bit ahead. Let's see if this works. So generally speaking, right, the 4 points that we make that make us unique are that DAGSUB is the only platform that runs anywhere, covers the entire development lifecycle, focuses on unstructured data, and then built on open source protocols. For most of these customers, they basically need to take their sensitive data and either trust it with vendors that are going to be outside of their ecosystem. And with DAGSUB, we're basically delivering this peace of mind by bringing the platform to them and supporting all of their data types as opposed to having to have a different platform for each data type within the organization.
That's all the time we have. Thank you, judges. Once again, Dean of DAGSUB.
Thank you very much.
All right, next up to present, please welcome Stephen Kynes of Goldilocks.
Thank you.
All
Hello.
right, Stephen, you ready?
Yeah, absolutely.
3 minutes starts now.
Okay, hi, my name's Stephen Kynes, and I'm the co-founder of Goldilocks. In the next 3 minutes, I'm going to let you know how we can take back control in a connected world. So global cyber attacks are on the rise. There are 600 million attacks per day, and AI is just going to make this worse. And the attacks are not just stealing data, they're attacking our actual networks. And these lives are literally at stake, whether it's energy, water, or hospitals. We remember that in July, UNC 3886, the attacks here in Singapore. So it's happening here, right at our doorsteps. But the attackers can only attack because we are constantly connected. Everything is always on, and it's vulnerable. And ironically, in a digital world, the best way is to go analog, but it's simply not feasible just for have people running around pulling all the cables everywhere. But now with Goldilocks, we've found a way. This helps you physically pull the plug anywhere, remotely, securely, precisely, while not using the internet. And here's how. We do 3 big things. We are a non-internet trigger that will instantly physically break the data flow. It's like a circuit breaker, but we break it precisely. So the rest of the power plant continues to function in minimal downtime. And instead of keeping things constantly connected, we put all the devices in a default disconnect state. So you connect only when necessary. That reduces the cyber attack surface immediately by 97%. In fact, we're so unique that with our 8 issued patents, that NATO has spent 2 years and validated us as a sole source product for all 32 NATO countries, which is why we've rapidly achieved success of 4.5 million revenues this year and 100 million in total pipeline, which will allow us to rapidly cascade through our 160 worldwide channel partners. And the way we make our money is super scalable, because while we sell the unit at the level, each project is $2 million an average value. And we currently have a 30,000 unit production capacity in our 2 factories. That's $750 million. In Singapore, we've already set up our regional headquarters, hired 4 key people, and I'm proud to announce that we will be producing our next generation technology right here in Singapore, the Goldilocks Embedded, a small form factor. They're backed by a 30-strong global team with a senior experienced leadership, and we're seeking $10 million, of which we've already secured $5 million, and we'll use it to primarily funnel it. So as we digitize for sustainability and AI progress, Goldie Fire Breaks will keep us safe. Rugged.
Are you okay?
Yeah, it's okay, it's okay. So
we've got 4 minutes with the judges now. We've got a first question from Jeremy of Tin Man Capital.
Hi, what's your current gross margin now, and how do you expect that to change as you scale?
We currently have a 60% margin, and we are using distributors and channel partners globally. So we have a number of partnerships already here in Singapore and throughout the world with 12 worldwide distributors.
No, understood, but how does it change when you start scaling more?
Very good. So in the small form factor, we start to move towards a licensing model. So right now we have the hardware device, which we sell, and that has the average $2 million contract value. But eventually we start to get into more scaling, which is sitting at the device level, and that's using licensing revenue. In addition, there is an ARR component because there's an annual fee for the device.
We've got a question now from Joyce of iGlobe Partners, please.
Thank you very much. Now, given the hardware-based solutions that involve larger deployment cycles, right? Example, your integration, your physical installation, I'd like to ask, how do you address customer pain points of time, cost, and risk in adoption?
Yeah, that's very important. So as a sole source product, that means that we are the only one that are able to produce what we do. And this is a plug and play device. So you are actually able, our CTO's grandmother set one up in 7 minutes. That's how easy it is. So it's very simple to work, and it integrates with the existing stack of their technology. So with our API, they're able to actually trigger with the firewalls, it actually works with it. So it integrates with their existing technology. Very easy to deploy, and our system integrators can easily put it into part of their stack.
We've got about 2 minutes left. Xiao Hong from Hatch with a question.
Hi.
Hi.
Kill switch is great, but can also not be great in some instances. Quick question. So what are your manufacturing or supply chain controls to ensure that before the item is shipped and installed onto into the infrastructure, there's no infiltration, there's no tampering of the device before it's being installed?
That's a great question. We've just successfully had the National Cybersecurity Center at our manufacturing facility that has verified it as one of the first under the PBA system that is deployed in UK. So it's verified the entire supply chain throughout. And same with our US manufacturing facility. So everything is monitored, it's done in-house, but we are actually able, within our existing facility, to build $750 million worth of product a year. So we secure our supply chain to ensure every single component comes from a NATO allied country.
We've got about a minute left. A question now from Joe of TNB Aura.
Yeah. Hi, Stephen. You're sitting on a large pipeline, right? I just want to understand what is the average sales cycle from your first meeting to deployment of the product, and also have you started the revenue model that is shifting towards more of the licensing and recurring revenue stream rather than the hardware sales?
Yeah, so we work with energy, water, and transport networks primarily as our first customers. It usually takes about 3 months for a POC, and then somewhere between 12 to 18 months for the full deployment. So one of the largest water utilities in the UK is deployed with 73 units, and it's fully operational. And then the time that we will be doing, we have a partnership with a very well-known agency here in Singapore where we'll be deploying this it'll be announced on November 14th at CSA's Cyber Call, so we're really excited about how we will be deploying that in the next months with Singapore technology.
Unfortunately, that's all the time we have. Thank you, judges.
Thank you
once again.
Thank you.
Thank you. Stephen of Goldilocks. All right, next up, please welcome on stage for Hudson AI, we've got Hyun Jin Shin. 안녕하세요. 반갑습니다.
Yeah, 안녕하세요.
Are you ready?
All right, yeah, I'm ready.
3 minutes starts now.
All right. Hi, I'm Hyunjin, CEO and co-founder of Hudson AI. We are making global contents more immersive through emotional voice translator. This is the original clip of Squad Game from Netflix. Can you feel her emotion? She's frightened but laugh out of fear, right? However, once the voice translated, sometimes the emotion is gone. That's why emotional voice translation matters in global media. Netflix has already voice translated their 80% of subtitled contents, and also YouTube get 25% of viewing hours from the voice translated video. And this is so-called best-in-class voice translator today in the market.
Oh shit, I just moved.
Yeah, it's still flat. Yeah, so emotional nuance is still missing part in this area. And at Hudson AI, we handle emotion really seriously. So with our automatic emotional voice translator, you can capture every nuances from every language, and you can transfer it into 70 languages naturally. Because we provided end-to-end workflow for the localization, so we can also handle it even in real time. And this is a clip using our real-time emotional voice translator.
High fly ball, deep towards left center. Splits the defense. Once again achieves a save. The score is now 3-0.
Can you feel his excitement? Actually, our client could get 35x viewership in US market by using our real-time voice translator. And we are now penetrating the global media market, and we are already working with those top-tier media companies all around the world. With us, they could reach a bigger global audiences, and they can release their contents instantly, but also they can save 90% of their localization cost. And we already reached 1 million ARR, and we're gonna target 5x growth next year. We can do that because we are a strong team with expertise in AI and contents and localization. And do you remember the girl who left out of fear? This is our result.
Holy shit, I just moved.
Yeah. With Hudson AI, you can feel every moment in every language. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Hyunjin. All right, 4 minutes with the judges. We're going to reset the clock. Time starts now. We're going to question from Dr. Deb of NVIDIA.
Thank you very much. Fantastic, love the product. 2 questions. I noticed that the language support you have is currently limited to about 4 to 5. How do you see this scale out? How long would it take you to add additional languages to your company's portfolio?
Yeah, we are now supporting 70 languages right now. However, we can also expand it by collecting data, and also we can use the LLM technology, so we can also expand it to another languages. However, we are now more focused on the more demanding languages like English, Spanish, Japanese, and so on. Yeah.
Fantastic. Which kind of leads me to the second question. If the data that you use to augment your technology, how does that look like from a GTM perspective? Is your revenue share? Is it a IP share? How does that work?
Yeah, in terms of the business model, our business model is really straightforward. We have a subscription model, and also we have a revenue share model with our data and media partners. So they can use our technology by sharing the revenue from the media and also the data.
Fantastic. Thank you.
We've got a question now from Jeannie of Enterprise Singapore.
Thank you very much for your presentation. You mentioned that being able to adopt several different languages, but how is it able to integrate kind of the cultural nuances apparent in each language?
That's a really great question. Actually, the cultural context is really matters. So we learn the context from the whole videos, and we use the kind of LLM technology so that we can understand the whole context of the video. So we translate from the contextual translation, and then we also make reference the audio from the original video so that we can mimic and transfer the emotional nuances from the original speech.
We've got about 2 minutes left. Traveen of Plutus Partners.
Hi, what's your current cost model in terms of competition? How are you looking at that?
Yeah, actually the competition, there are lots of AI speech startup nowadays. However, we are more focused on the media sector so that we can control, we are more portrayed on the emotional nuances. And we already collaborate with some great partners in Korea and also in worldwide. So our major customers like LG already paying us about 100K yearly for dubbing their contents. So yeah, that's our USP.
And what's your vision in terms of moving out from Korea? In which other markets you want to tap into?
Yeah, actually our global GTM strategy, we are trying to leverage our K contents so that, you know, K contents is all around the world. So we would like to leverage our current companies, current partners, so that they can localize their contents into other languages. And we are also collaborating those platforms who demand their contents. Yeah.
We've got 45 seconds left only. Alexia of AMD.
Thank you again for a great presentation and insights. My question about is you're moving to the voice cloning. And
yeah.
Mostly that's also related to the copyrights. How are you going to resolve that? Do you have any policies in place?
That's a really good question because, you know, IP is always matters. So we just handle the voices that have a right to use. Unlike if they don't have any right to use or clone the voices, we also can create another voices, a third voices that never exists in the world.
Unfortunately, I think that's all the time we have. Thank you, judges. Thank you once again, Hyunjin.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
감사합니다.
감사합니다.
We are about 3/4 way through to Transformative Digital Technologies. This is the first of 4 domains of SLINGSHOT, which is Asia's most exciting deep tech startup competition. Next up, representing InnoWave Tech, please welcome Mike Fung. Hello, Mike.
Hi.
Are you ready?
As ready as can be.
Okay, here we go. 3 minutes starts now.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mike, Head of Solutions and Co-founder for Innovate Tech, a Singapore-based manufacturing AI company specializing in agentic and vision AI to enable autonomous machines, primarily for the semiconductor industry. Founded the company in 2019, together with founder and CEO Xu Jingsong, a quarter-century veteran in the industry, guided by a team of global industry leaders. We are an IMD-accredited company, as well as a McKinsey and Siemens technology partner. So what we do is to bridge the gaps between automation and full autonomy using agentic AI. Automation's problem is that it is workflow-oriented, meaning every single step has to be repetitive, modular, or standardized in order for it to be automatable. Challenges of advanced manufacturing today is a lot of processes are highly dynamic, complex, require human decision-making, and so the only way to automate these processes is using our agentic AI with two core capabilities. Our domain-specific large vision model that can recognize anything coming out from the equipment's UI, and agentic AI to emulate human decision-making. The AI agents are installed in the device you see over here. It connects non-intrusively to any manufacturing equipment to autonomously control it. We like to call this autonomous manufacturing in a box. So the AI agents need to be useful in order for them to be programmed with subject domain knowledge in order for them to be useful. Proud to introduce iWave Autopilot, our platform that allows engineers to directly inject their expertise into the agents. They start off by selecting a template from a large library of previously automated machine workflows, which will populate the workflow builder with powerful pre-built functional blocks. New functional blocks can be created using our Gen AI with zero hallucinations. This is another key innovation. During deployment, engineers can test every possible equipment scenario using this virtual environment to ensure 100% accuracy and 100% transparency. Any error that is detected over here will be automatically fixed using our Gen AI. So this is a project we have done for a foundries of global in nature to automate their entire CDSAM fleet. Previously, machine operators would have to manually assist over 1,200 alarms by interpreting over 60,000 different images. It's very exhausting. With the deployment of our AI agents, manpower reduction, bam, 80%. Response time, bam, real time. Most importantly, now the machine autonomy level is close to 100%. So we are already working with more than 70% of the global tier 1 companies, and we are scaling horizontally across different industries. We are seeing enormous global demand, especially Malaysia and Germany in just the past 6 months, and we are confident to triple our revenue of $4 million US dollars this year, next year through the highly scalable platform. So our vision is every time there's a new factory being built or existing factory increasing capacity, skilled labor is going to be the least of their concerns. Of course, with the added benefit of improving quality of life of engineers so that they can attract better talent.
Unfortunately, that's all the time we have. Mike, we do have 4 minutes with the judges, though.
Right.
All right. The
Thank you.
time starts now. We've got a question from Taylor of ST Engineering Ventures.
The visual workflow builder that you have requires no coding, as you mentioned. But for some of the more highly customized processors, right, how does your platform actually ensure that your LLM can generate accurate and reliable functional block without hallucination?
So LLM basically to prevent hallucination has two parts. Most people know context, but there's second one is constraint. Context, of course, dependent on the prompt, but we structure, this is one of the key, our core IP actually. So we design a software framework that is trained into the GPT. And so the GPT will always revolve around this framework and never get out of it.
Got a question now from Alexi of AMD.
First of all, thank you. Insightful updates. My question about the manufacturing overall, as you know, it's quite complex. And majority of the legacy systems on the implementations and everything is also complex. And there's a risk of doing that. So because of some of the legacy, manufacturing process and steps needs to make. How you resolve that with your new proposal?
Okay, so specific to legacy, there are two things to answer that question. First one, the device itself connects directly to the machine through low-level hardware interfaces, so USB, PS2, VGA. It doesn't require any modification to the legacy tools. Secondly, the agentic part is programmed by the engineers. It doesn't make these decisions agentically, and so there is this virtual emulator, the simulator that allows the AI to test every single different possible scenarios before deployment. Yeah.
All right, Mike, we now have a question from Joyce of iGlow Partners with 2 minutes left.
Thank you. In terms of go-to-market, how is Innovate in expanding into the Asia Pac or other emerging regions they are looking at? Thank you.
We are already we have a 10-country install base, and we have offices in Singapore, Malaysia, and China. And by the end of this year, we are going into Germany, in Dresden. So specifically about scaling, why we are confident to triple our revenue is because actually just last week we have a joint event with IMDA, Siemens, IPI, and SSIA to announce the public release of our platform. This platform will have a recurring model, as well as every agent created by the platform will have a recurring model as well.
Got a question now from Joseph of Cap Vista.
Thanks, Mike, for the presentation. I wanted to understand, what you do to activate the customers and to understand a little more of your customer engagement strategies. It is a heavy investment to, digitally transform an assembly line. What do you exactly do, and what is your pitch to, initial customers?
So one of the challenge, at least in the initial part of our founding, is it is hard to convince the customer this is possible. So what we do is we scope out the entire possibility of the entire project, and I say, you give me the full PO, I don't take a single cent from you until the first pilot tool is fully automated. Then they can see and they calculate the ROI and then scale up. So on the one hand, customers take on zero risk because we are very confident of our product. On the second, we have a commitment from the customer right away for a full project PO. Yeah.
We have only 45 seconds left for a really quick one. Jeremy of Tin Man Capital.
Can you just, Mike, talk about the sales cycle on average and your average contract size?
So it depends. If it's a one specific project, sales cycle can be as fast as 2 to 3 months, and then the average contract size will be about $250,000 will be what we are looking at. But right now what we are doing with customers mostly is to scale out a 2 to 3 year CapEx strategy. Because what they want is to see how they can provide using this solution to scale in order to either achieve lighthouse status or lights off manufacturing. So there is then this cycle will be a lot longer, maybe up to about 5 to 6 months. But of course, then it provides a much more longer runway for us.
Unfortunately, judges, that's all the time we have. Thank you, judges. Once again, Mike for InnoWave Tech.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okie dokie. Next up, please welcome on stage. Don't be stingy with your applause. Please welcome David Samuel of Paris AI. Hello, David.
Hello.
Come on stage.
Okay.
All right, ready to go?
Ready.
Do we need to do some exercise? No. All right, your 3 minutes starts now.
Hi, I'm David, co-founder of Paris AI. Cybertechs today are faster, smarter, and fully automated. The bad guys are already using AI to break into your organizations faster than any human team can respond. Meanwhile, defenders are still reacting manually, drowning in alerts, and the world doesn't have enough cybersecurity experts to fill in the gap anyway. So that's why we are building Paris AI Fusion. Fusion is powered by orchestration of AI agents that act like a digital defense team. They monitor, investigate, and contain threats on their own, learning from every incident they handle. It hyper-automates your security workflows and lets you put in AI agents to work alongside your security team. Now, what's really challenging about AI in cybersecurity is about curating high-quality data that will train those AI agents to think and act like a real professional analyst. That's the problems that keeps most AI security tools from getting smarter over time. And we solve this through Cyberbreaker competitions, a unique gamified esports platform where hundreds of ethical hackers simulate real attack and defense scenarios. And this produces the world's richest continuously updated training data for AI agents. So they learn to defend better over time. And as a byproduct, it helps identify and nurture top cybersecurity talents, bringing potential skilled professionals into the forefront of security ecosystems. Now, our team who built this has led real incident response team and built an automation systems with a combined experience of 30 years in the cybersecurity industries. We are already protecting 19 enterprise clients and more than 70 organizations, real networks in banks, governments, healthcare, and manufacturing sectors. and we are scaling fast across Southeast Asia and Middle East region. Now, by combining cyber talent and AI agents, we are creating a flywheel loop where organizations can protect their IT infrastructures by augmenting their talents with ever-evolving AI agents. And when you choose Paris AI, you are investing in transformative digital technologies, and you are choosing a partner helping Singapore attract and grow the next generations of cybersecurity talent. Thank you.
Thank you very much, David. Okay, we got 4 minutes now with the judges. We're going to reset the clock, and the time starts now. I think we have a question from Joseph of Cap Vista.
Hi, thanks for the presentation. It's a very interesting approach that you use CBC to curate your data sets and to identify talent in the pipeline. I wanted to understand the vision. How are you going to grow CBC into collecting this flywheel effect such that it grows your enterprise and along your scaling journey?
So my goal is actually to grow cyberbreaker competition as a hugging face of cybersecurity. You can put data sets there that is collected from the many indicators of compromises from our clients, of course, with the guardrails that we already strip off the personal identity informations. And then you can benchmark the AI agents or the AI models, modified AI models that is being trained and built by these security researchers in all of the regions.
Got a question now from Dr. Deb of NVIDIA.
Thanks. Fascinating idea. What IP do you own in your platform currently?
So the IP is actually number one is collecting data from this real attack and defense simulations, capture the flags, cryptographics, and many things. We collect all the videos, all the how-tos, and also the context engineering within it. So all the security researchers will only have to play like a games inside our platforms, and also playing simulations with another potential enemies, and then we capture it and we make it as a context engineering into our AI agents.
Understood. So with that seed interaction IP, if you will, what's the delta between taking that product and having a real-world customer use your product to defend against real attacks? How much effort does that take on their side, and how much effort does your platform provide? How much support does your platform provide?
That's a good question. So currently, our AI agencies are already being deployed into 4 sectors, mainly across Southeast Asia, especially in Jakarta and Indonesia. But then this AI agents is being trained in a monthly basis, and the AI agents will perform basically our KPI or our matrices, reducing the MTTD and MTTR in the beginning. So that's the delta.
Okay, we got a question now from Xian Hui of SG Innovate.
In terms of what is your business model, and roughly what kind of revenues are you getting from all the customers that you have?
So currently our annual recurrent revenue, as per we are talking now, is 1.5 million annual recurrent revenue. Our annual contract value is starting $70,000. We are serving small, medium organizations that will require these AI agents to help their security operations centers.
Got a minute left.
Yeah, what is the business model? Do you sell it on a license basis or on a deployment basis by sector?
That's a yearly subscription business that we charge with annual contract value of $60,000
per customer.
Per customers,
regardless of size.
Regardless of the size, but then when they consume more tokens to actually create more reports, then there will be an additional value that they have to pay.
I see. So they have to buy tokens as well.
Yes.
We've got like 20 seconds left. Close-ended question, quick one from Ting Lip of ST Engineering Ventures.
Yeah, hi. Different countries will have different attack pathways, different attack methods, different attack weights. So as you scale across APAC, how do you make sure that for each country you are addressing the right cyber attacks?
That's also a good question. Thank you. So we are always partnering. We act as principals. We always partners with distributors and system integrators, and then we do in-country deployment first in order to collect the indicator of compromise and start from there.
Unfortunately, judges, that's all the time we have. Thank you, judges. Once again, David of Paris AI.
Thank you.
All right, our final startup for this first domain for Tyrion AI. Please welcome Yuchen Liu. Liu Yuchen. I got it right?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Yuchen.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, 3 minutes starts now.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm Yuchen Liu from Tyrion AI, and our mission is trying to embedding agentic AI into the core workflows of the world's largest enterprises. So the problem we solve is that many enterprise or companies already deploy the large language model, and they know it's the future. They know the agentic AI would be the future growth engine, but it's hard to struggle to capture the value for them. So here is the problem we solve. So this is a typical case we've done before. We helped Schneider Electric reducing the root causing analysis time from 8 hours to 50 minutes. And how we do it is that we have a agentic AI platform. So this is basically, it has everything you need to build an AI application. And we also have our forward deploy engineer team that they will build, test, and release AI agent in days. And the platform turns the SOP and expert knowledge, expert judgment into the process that keeping involved within the corporate data and the scale company-wide. So we just don't ship software. Actually, we align with our client's business context, tightly couple agentic AI with client data and embedded into the critical workflows to deliver durable and compounding value. So we can deliver a typical project by just 4 weeks, not several months. And 80% of our workflow, our data model, our tool can be reused across industry. And here is our business model. So we have our platform and agents following a subscription model, which has a higher margin. But we also have relevantly lower margin delivery and managed services, which is our FDE. But this is important for us to secure our client success. And finally, let me briefly introduce our team. So we are not just engineers. We have the people who are from the corporate, get very long experience within the corporate for the IT and the digital. So I am the Chief Digital Officer of the L'Oreal PPD China before, and most of our team is from Tencent enterprise AI product team. So that's secure us to deliver valuable agentic AI applications for the corporate. Thank you.
Much.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ethan. And now
Yes.
we've got 4 minutes. The time starts now. We have a question from Alexi. Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much for the updates. My question on the scalability and languages support, given your size of your team, what your plans are going outside of China, what are the scale, focus you have at the moment?
Yes, so firstly, we have expanding our FDE team, but it's still service-based. So we also work with our partners. For example, right now, we are working with KPMG digital team. So they have people who can, work with us and deliver the products and agent for their clients. So work with a partner would be definitely one way to do that. And another thing is most of the agentic AI application, a lot of workflows or the modules is reusable. Or I would say most of the, for example, how we translate building the prompt, how we training, fine-tuning planning model, small size parameters, large language model for some specific issue. So those kind of things we can keep in reuse to make our margin goes higher in a service-based solution.
But do you support different languages?
Yes.
What languages do you support now?
So the language is not a barrier for us because firstly our products support multi-language, and most of our model for training, we can easily translate it into the English and other different kind of language.
Thank you. Got the next question from Praveen of Plutus Partners, please.
Hi. Currently, do you have any paid customers?
Yes, all the logos I listed here, they all paid customers. We don't do free POC.
Okay. So what's your scaling up model in terms of your long-term vision, in terms of really adding value to the customers? How do you plan to do that?
Yes. So I think the most important property for us is when we're serving those large companies, we have collected the know-how for specific industry or specific workflows. Those workflows, those experience, and those something like probably is some data relevant to specific industry can help us to scale. But I would say like scale something within a large enterprise or scale something like across industry still need some people like FDEs working with them. That's something like we cannot avoid. But our platform can accelerate this process.
We've got about a minute left. Alexandra from Kai Ventures, a question.
Thank you. I would like to know, how do you differentiate from your competitors? What is your USP from a customer's point of view?
I would say, like, firstly, like, we have a very powerful AI agent platform, which is, I think, is better than any of the platform I see in the market, because we build this platform by doing something, by doing the agents projects with our clients, and we are keeping like make it evolve. So this thing like really helps us to finish a project in a shortened time and more efficient.
Thank you for that. Dr. Deb, did that question answer your question? You did. Or do you have a question now?
I did have a follow-up.
Okay.
And this
Got 30
relates
seconds left.
scale. How does your platform scale, especially for large enterprises, as the number of agents that are designed by users really grows exponentially? How do you handle that?
Yes, I think within a corporate, like, we have a lot of different agents, like that helps us to earn more money from a specific enterprise. So that's important for us. That's and I think it's another thing. That's how we scale, not just across different clients, but digging deep for some certain clients, because our clients is huge.
Thank you for that. That's all the time we have. Thank you, judges. Once again, it's time
Okay,
from
thank you.
Tyrion AI.
Thank you.
And that is not the last startup presenting. My bad. We've got 3 more to go. I hope you're invigorated with all these amazing innovations that are coming up. Next up, representing Wave Photonics, please welcome Dr. James Lee. Hello, Dr. Lee.
Hi.
Did you get a shot just now? It's like, oh, final one. It's like, how about me? Are you ready?
We'll see.
Okay, ready. Your time starts now.
Hi everyone, I'm Jamie, co-founder of Wave Photonics, and we're enabling the future of integrated photonics in quantum, healthcare, and sensing. Integrated photonics is using the same process as is used to make semiconductor chips, but to make chips that guide and manipulate light. It started off being used in telecoms, and then to make it take information from rack to rack in data centers, and now, driven by the huge demand for bandwidth for AI, we're putting silicon photonic chips in the same package as processing units. But what we're really excited about is what comes next. This ability to manipulate light in a compact and scalable way is required for virtually all quantum technologies. And then thank you very much. And then the other properties of light, like the ability to measure things through the skin, make it suitable for truly high volume consumer applications. When we're thinking about these applications, all of the ones that are used for communication use the same wavelengths, the ones that work well through fiber. And that means we can reuse a lot of existing designs. But for new applications, they tend to use different wavelengths or different materials, so we can't reuse existing designs. So new applications need new designs. And getting those designs is painful. It's an iterative process, and each trip around this loop can take you more than a year. But we can do it in 3 weeks. So, how do we do it? We start by characterizing the fabrication process. We take electron microscope images of our custom designed training patterns. We use that data to fit our fabrication model that tells us how a design is going to perform when it's manufactured. And then we use cloud infrastructure to optimize an entire library of designs in parallel. It's taken us 3 years to build the technology to do this in 3 weeks. And the more we do it, the more data we get, the better our models are, and the better our designs perform. As integrated photonics moves beyond data centers, the scale of the end applications is huge. And Wave Photonics sells designs and services to enable these applications. We've got a talented and diverse team with backgrounds including quantum photonics, optics, semiconductors, EDA, and quant finance. 11 of us are PhDs, and we come from leading groups like Toshiba's Quantum Information Group and Microsoft's optics research team. We've secured $7.5 million in funding. We've built partnerships with all of the leading EDA companies. And although we're just getting started, we've already built a library of components that's the largest in the world. We're already helping our customers to innovate in areas that were previously out of reach. So if you're working on an integrated photonics challenge, we'd love to talk. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Lee. Okay, 4 minutes with the judges. We're going to reset the timer. Let's go. First question. We have a question from Jeremy of Tin Men Capital. Please.
I've got 3 questions, actually. Number one, have you tested your design to be manufactured at scale, and what's the yield on that, right? Second, there seems to be a wide range of customers you're targeting, but currently, what's your ICP that you're going after? And finally, what's your revenue model?
Okay, so one at a time, how does it perform at scale? Like semiconductor fabrication is like an inherently scalable process. So if it works with one photolithographic process, then we know it will work at scale, as long as we sample across a significant enough number of wafers. So we've done this so far with 5 fabs, mostly low volume ones. The yield is not well defined for individual components. We see an improvement in fabrication tolerance, but the yield is only defined when you have the full circuit. Your second question was on who's our target customer, and so primarily we're targeting fabless design customers. And then your final one was what's our revenue model? And so in the long term, we aim to be a platform where we license design to different fabless customers to work at whichever foundry or whichever material. In the short term, we're doing whatever our customers will pay us for.
We've got 2.5 minutes left. Joyce from iGlobe Partners with a question.
Thank you very much. I just want to understand a little bit about the differentiation you have with your competitors, that's the one. And number 2, can you touch a little bit on your co-packaged optics product that you are working on? Thank you.
Yeah. So the differentiation with competitors was that 1 year to 3 weeks thing. The closest, the best alternative that you have at the moment is to design all of the components yourself using the EDA tools. So it's not a kind of direct competition, it's an indirect competition in that the EDA tools are currently the best way to get your designs. And then for the co-packaged optics, it's maybe not a quick answer that I can get you straight away.
We've got a question now from Tenglip of ST Engineering Ventures.
Hi, I just want to find out what is your moat? Is it the data? Is it a model? And how do you continue to maintain that competitive edge?
Yeah, so it is both of those. It's the data, and then it's the model, and then it's the whole development pipeline that we have. So it's not a tool for engineers to use. It's a pipeline to automatically generate the designs. And the more we learn, the more we put in, the better it gets.
Got a minute left. Trevino of Plutus Partners.
Who holds the IP for the finalized product? Do you?
Sorry, could you say that again?
Who holds the IP for the finalized product?
So we own the IP for the component designs, but the circuit level designs for the final product are owned by the fabless customer.
Okay, thank you.
We've got about 45 seconds left. Do we have any final questions from the judges for a quick one? We got one from Joseph of Cap Vista.
Yeah, a related question to IP also. What's the fundamental breakthrough that your team has discovered? Is it physics, engineering, design related? Just wanted to wrap my head around that.
I wouldn't say it's a fundamental breakthrough. It's putting a lot of small things together from multiple different fields. So it's not new physics. It's putting together, a lot of known effects and known approaches, but it just hasn't been done before.
I think that's all the time we have. Thank you, judges. Thank you once again, Dr. Lee of Wave Photonics.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right, this is our second final one for this domain. Please welcome for Zapdos Labs, we have Ganesh Ramalingam. Hello, Ganesh. Take your clicker. Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready.
3 minutes starts now.
What if forgetting was the biggest risk we face? Robots, drones, autonomous ground vehicles, they record 24/7, yet remember very little. I'm Ganesh, co-founder of Zapdos Labs, and we are building the memory layer for the physical world. I'm going to show you a clip from Friends, and I'm going to ask you a question right after. So this is an hour-long video. If you had to view it and look through for very specific footage, you have to scrub through them manually. If anyone knows Phoebe, what color was Phoebe's surgical gown? It's going to be very hard to find that, right? You have to scrub through that. But today, it's going to be very simple. All you got to do is just type in what color was Phoebe's surgical gown, and you'll get the answer instantaneously. Now, this is an exponential problem in critical infrastructure, home security, and public safety industry. A lot of them record videos of trillions of hours, but remember very little. With the last time visionaries bet on the impossible, the world changed. Today, we ask one question: what if we help the world remember? I present you Zapdos, a real-time video intelligence platform. We're not just any video tool, we're a recall engine. We ingest real-time camera feeds, allowing you to instantly find between objects, events, and behavior without any training data. Easily deployable, auditable, and explainability built in. We're already proving it in the market. We have 3 pilots, 1 defense collaboration with a huge conglomerate generating over $1 billion. And did I mention we are only 5 months old? To solve this mission critical problem, I built the best team I know and can trust. We are repeat founders, having built in the defense space, and so in the defense space, built ML systems at Ubisoft and also critical infrastructure space. We aim to be the best memory and search layer in defense and public security before doubling down on other verticals. 3 reasons why we are right for this: pro-drone policy, high sensor density, AI trust governance already in place. And this is the reason why Zapdos is perfect for Singapore today. We are building the world's best memory layer for the physical world to help cities remember, learn, and act with confidence. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ganesh. Okay, now we've got 4 minutes with the judges. We're going to reset the clock. All right, our first question from Jeannie of Enterprise Singapore.
Thank you very much for sharing that. Could you elaborate perhaps in terms of some of the IP and the technology behind this system that you're developing?
Sure. So currently we are using streaming visual language models, and that's not really where the proprietary mode is. The mode comes down to the system integration. A lot of the current solutions do not have explainability built in and with temporal context. So solutions right now could detect objects, but I'll give you an example of what temporal context looks like. So if you're in an MRT station and if you want to detect a specific object over 15 seconds or 20 seconds if it's unmoved, they can't do that. And that's really the mode that we are building around, a whole explainability layer with temporal context with our streaming visual language model in a system that you can't replicate easily unless you connect with the DevOps, machine learning, and the engineering team. And that's how we see our mode building up.
Good question now from Alexi of AMD.
Thank you so much for the updates. My question on the customer base. Do you have any good customers at the moment, and how you want to scale to many customers?
Yeah, so we have done our 3 pilots with commercial security, and we have locked in a collaboration with a huge system integrator for a large-scale defense contract, and we are looking to deploy them between 15 to 200 camera feeds. Upon success of that, our sweet spot is anywhere between 1,000 to 5,000 camera feeds, and that's where we want to get to. We have seen the payback period for any company that's deploying above 1,000 feeds within 12 weeks. So we're going to build up towards that, but our initial wedge is between 1 to 3 months on small pilot projects right now.
We've got about 2 minutes left. Dr. Deb from NVIDIA, your question, please.
Yeah, I've probably got a question. Do you have any benchmarks that help you differentiate your product from your competitors? Are you faster? Are you more accurate? Are you smaller to store in memory?
Yep. So with the current, so actually just 2 years ago, if you're doing the same methods of how we're doing it, it would not have been possible. So for certain benchmarks you're looking at, aside from exact numbers, we are doing it at 1/10 of the cost. We are doing it at a sub-second latency and above a 95% accuracy for most of the objects that they were detecting. And that's how we execute it.
We've got about minute 30 left. Ting Lip of ST Engineering Ventures, please.
Hi, you'll be collecting a lot of video footage and put some semantics into them. So how do you address the significant ethical or privacy concerns around that?
Oh, that's a perfect question. A lot of organizations actually ask us that. We don't store the data. We store structured memory. We store structured metadata. So at any point of time, we are not a storage solution and we don't hold that. And we employ an edge native solution. So data is stored on the customer on premise at all times.
We've got a minute left, judges. Only time for a quick question. Do we have a final question for Ganesh? I think the judges look very satisfied. Thank you, judges. Once again, Ganesh of Zapdos Labs.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okie dokie, this is the final startup for our first of 4 domains for Slingshot, the Transformative Digital Technologies domain. Please welcome Dr. Wang Zhu of Zhejiang Polar Code Technology. Hello, Dr. Wang.
Hello. 你好.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay, 3 minutes starts now.
Hello everyone, we are Polar Code. Today we are here to present you a very cost-effective solution to integrate renewables stably and scalably. Renewable grow fast, that's a fact. Take example as China, it is expected to grow 6 times by 2060. Means the amount of renewable generated could power the entire UK for 50 years. However, the high fluctuation from renewable will compromise the system stability, while also create a unique opportunity for end user to gain the energy independency through self-consumption. We address both, and our special modularized solution could cut the project time from over a year into 3 months. In order to achieve that, we have formed a world-class diverse team. Our CEO have led more than 10 projects with China State Grid and the Southern Power Grid. Our co-founder, Dr. Joseph, is a world top 3 scientist. Myself, a CTO, bring 12 years from Siemens Research Center. Together, we make this modularized solution possible. Our unique value proposition is to merge sensing, decision-making, and control into one terminal. That will improve the system stability from less than 90 to 99%, also enhance the self-consumption rate from less 60 to 95%. Our product, our solution has been delivered to more than 10 customers. Compared to another main competitors in UK and the US, we can see our product is comparable. But we are the only modularized solution could cut the project duration from over a year into 3 months, which makes us scalable. However, their successful on funding raise validates the market, also give us very high confidence we will do good on money raise as well. We partner with State Grid to resolve the stability challenge. We increase the stability from less than 90 to 99%, give us largely promoted within the State Grid, resulting in over 3 million contract. We also work with Svolt, a top 10 battery maker, to enhance the self-consumption rate from 60 to 95%. This cuts their annual energy bill more than $700,000, also give us more than 2 million contract. Beyond China, we are globally expanding. Now we are planning to move our headquarters right here in Singapore. We are very lucky to be the winner of this year's Lee Kuan Yew business competition just happened a couple of weeks ago. Although we are very new, but we're doing very strong on financial-wise. Established in 2022 and launched our first product in 2024. We have secured over 10 million orders. Last year, our sales revenue 2.4. This year, we will double that to 5 million. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Wang.
Thank you.
And now 4 minutes on the clock. Let's go. We have Liam from Shell with the first question.
Yeah, thanks for the presentation.
So you mentioned Octopus and Arcadia as competitors, but given you've just moved your headquarters to Singapore and your go-to-market strategy, who are your more direct competitors in the region, and what do you think differentiates you from them?
You mean the competitor in this South Asian region, Southeast Asian region?
Yes.
I don't think we have any competitors in this region. I think there are a couple of reasons for that, because our solution used for the high penetration of renewables. But in this region, I think besides China, except China, the other countries' renewable penetration level is still relatively low. So we don't see any competition at this moment here.
And is your plan then, to go beyond Southeast Asia? So
yes, for sure.
With that in mind,
yes, for
where
sure.
do you see yourself needing to differentiate? Because I wouldn't necessarily have seen your main competitors as the two you had on the slide.
Right. We already have built a connection, partnership with Europe. Like we work with Links, Italy Foundation, to participate in the DREAMS project, which is the largest EU-funded renewable project. And also because, we have our Dr. Joseph here. He's a global top 3. We don't rank them. Stanford University does from 2019. 2019, they start release this top 2% scientists all over the world in the EEE area, which is electrical and electronics engineering. He is constantly ranking top 3. So he has a lot of connection with Europe, and we start doing the partnership with them already, and they are also our target market.
Great. One more question. Thinking about compatibility with, say, battery providers, other vendors, what do you do today? Do you have to have your own proprietary hardware at the asset, or is it entirely kind of a relationship you have with those providers?
You mean in China or?
Yeah, anywhere.
So right now we provide the solution. It's an end-to-end solution, includes hardware and the software, and we own all the design, all the software, all the algorithm. So we only partnership with the manufacturer to just build the part.
Got it. Thanks.
Yeah. Thank you.
We've got a question now from Alexi of AMD.
First of all, quite impressive in the growth.
Thank you.
Projecting.
Thank you.
My question is that why are you not projecting to go faster than this? Not to 5 million, 10 million. What the roadblocks do you see in front of you not to go faster than that?
Not to go faster than that. We want to project even more faster, but this is just a more conservative and a more realistic number because we are ramping up the team. We have a lot of things in the orders, and in China market, the policy is also pushing the industry to use solution, to find solution like us, but because we are still ramping up the team, so and we also we want to globally expand, so that's why we are not projecting any higher numbers.
45 seconds left. Xian Hui from SG Innovate, a quick one.
Yeah, just a quick one.
Thank you.
In terms of the profile of your customers, are these new developments? Are these new renewable energy sites, or can they be existing sites where you reconfigure it to your specifications?
Thank you for the question. Very good one. Both. For the new ones, absolutely. For the old ones, we can do it as well. So we don't pick the customer. If you have renewable already existing, you have renewable, it's our asset, so we will work with you. So both sides. And our main customers, one is utility, and another is the industry campus, who consume a lot of powers.
Unfortunately, I think that's all the time we have. Thank you, judges. Once again, Dr. Wang Zhu from Zhejiang Polar
Thank you.
Technology. Thank you.
Thank you.
And there we have it, all the pitches for Transformative Digital Technologies Domain Final. Please share your support for our top 60 global startups on social media. Hashtag Slingshot 2025 and also tag us. Switch Singapore, you can join us. We're on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram to get all the highlights. And now we would like to invite all the judges to head to the room to deliberate. This is going to be a tough one. And after this, they're going to push the top 3 from this domain to head to the grand finals. But please stick around. We're going to refresh the stage. Next up, we've got a panel discussion on examining the future and promise of embodied AI, where our experts will explore how intelligent embodied systems are redefining the relationship between humans and machines. We're going to be back here at 2:50 p.m. at the main stage. We'll see you back here. Thank you. Thank you, judges.